And here we go again. Yesterday, the Giants and Lions took part of their first joint practice together, and it was insane. The fights broke out, and it was an intense practice. And today was even crazier. The fights were on a different level. Malik Nabers got into like 4 fights individually. There was massive fight between Kayvon Thibodeaux and the entire Detroit Lions team. There was punches thrown left and right. And in this video, we're going to cover everything you need to know about today's practice. And before we get into all the news, notes, highlights, observations, and fights, make sure you guys do me a big favor. Go follow all of the Giants and the Lions media members on X, because I guarantee you, 1, you won't regret it, and 2, it feels like I'm at practice because they post literally everything. So go check them out on X right now. You will not regret it. And 2, without them, these videos aren't even possible to make. With that being said, let's kind of dive into the video. I wanted to discuss a little bit of the, what we saw at practice today, but then I'm going to leave you guys just to watch the highlights for your own. It's going to be a little bit of a long video today, so hey, sit back, relax, and check out some of these highlights. I do want to point out that these won't match up because it's very hard to do and they're not allowed to film some portions of practice. But with that being said, let's kind of dive into the video. I'm just going to throw out some notes here and there. So it's going to be kind of rapid fire, right? So we had a sack today by Elijah Chapman. He had actually a really good day. We had a sack by Kayvon Thibodeaux. He got a really good one in. Kayvon Thibodeaux had what would have been a sack as well. In terms of fights, Levi Onwuzurike and Andrew Thomas got into it early on in practice. We also saw Gunnar get his helmet punched off of him. I'm not even sure by who, but that was very interesting to see as well. Theo Johnson, Aiden Hutchinson got involved in some scuffle. I mean, again, this was an unbelievable practice. In terms of some plays, we had Daniel Jones overthrow Darius Slayton in 11-on-11s. We saw a quick toss to Wan'Dale Robinson. We also saw a really good pass to Antoine Green over the middle of the field, put in the most perfect place it could be. We got a big-time catch by Amon-Ra St. Brown, and then Jahmyr Gibbs takes a big carry up the right side, weaves in and out of a couple of defenders, and gets what would have been probably a 15 to 20-yard pickup. We had another quick out to Jameson Williams. We had a forced throwaway by Jared Goff, a great pass breakup by Nick McCloud on Jameson Williams. And then next play, Isaiah Simmons comes down and gets what would have been a sack. In my opinion, it was very, very close. Had some pre-snap motion. Change at the line of scrimmage by Jared Goff. Isaiah Simmons off the edge. Gets right up the middle. And yeah, definitely a sack there for him. Brian Burns comes back next play. He gets a sack. And then we get another Jahmyr Gibbs out the backfield. Big time play. Showcasing some insane acceleration. So that was something to note from practice today as well. It looked like for the Giants, Nick McCloud was the cornerback 2 with Andrew Phillips at the 1. Cordell Flott looked okay. Now, he was on the sideline for a little bit, but that was the first time in 11s that he wasn't out there with the 1. So take that into account. Flott may have lost his spot over the last couple of days, and I think Nick McCloud has definitely been really good at another PBU during today's practice. One versus Jameson Williams, like we said. Another Brian Burns sack. Looks like that dude is just incredible. We got to see Brian Burns versus Taylor Decker about 4 or 5 times during the entirety of today's practice. Brian Burns looks like he's going to be a dog here, so that is fun to see. The Lions had a lot of issues getting the ball out in practice today without pressure, so that was good things for the Giants. But also the Giants had, or the Lions, I want to say, had a lot of, wide open touchdowns as well. One to Dave Montgomery on a wheel route to the left side. He did get hit at the end, but did have a beautiful touchdown. It's a play fake, play action handoff to him. He comes out the backfield, wheels it up the left sideline, and gets an easy touchdown as well. So shout out to Dave Montgomery. Him and Jahmyr Gibbs look like they could be nasty together. Now, before we get any further into the video, make sure you guys do me a big favor. Hit the like button, but more importantly, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Guys, it is free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and we will be covering the Lions throw every single day of training camp, as well as the Giants, everything. We got you guys covered. Join the family. Turn on post notifications. Because like I said, it's free, doesn't cost anything, and get this, during the Lions and Giants preseason football game, we're going to go live on my Twitch. So if you want to watch that game with me, the link will be in the description. Follow my Twitch, or you can find it at Matty Dubs with 3 S's. And with that being said, yeah, join the family. Alright, so let's kind of get back into the video. Daniel Jones was really good to start practice today. Hit Malik Nabers like almost every single time. I mean, Malik Nabers was getting open every play. He had 7 catches on 7 targets so far. 4 of those were in 7-on-7s, and 3 of those were in 11-on-11s. They just really couldn't cover Malik Nabers at all. We had a great catch by Isaiah Williams. Definitely looking good. A nice little diving catch over the middle. What else happened in today's practice? We saw a lot of just the fighting. The fighting was just insane. Malik Nabers, I think, had 4 individual fights with Kirby Joseph and Terrion Arnold. We saw Levi Onwuzurike. We saw Theo Johnson and Aiden Hutchinson. We saw, I mean, so much, man. These teams have some built-up aggression. I can't wait to see him over the preseason game, right? We saw Dante Turbo Miller make a big play up the sideline. That dude is quick. Jahmyr Gibbs got a catch out the backfield. That was good to see. He's going to be heavily involved in this offense. We got a PBU on Amon-Ra St. Brown. Looked like Kayvon Thibodeaux forced a bad pass out by Jared Goff. We had a